Cataclysmic industrial fires, a terrifying catastrophe for industrial plant owners around the world. Could some of the causes relate back to improper industrial insulation? Hello, my name is Allyn and welcome to our broadcast. Our special guest today from Pittsburgh Corning, Director of Marketing, Mr. Steve Oslica. Welcome to our broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Al.
Steve, improperly installed industrial insulation, is this often a cause of a lot of industrial catastrophes?
The improper selection of insulation can be one of the causes for industrial fire potential in these facilities. Most of that's related to the ability of the insulation to either resist or absorb flammable liquids.
So most of the time this would happen in basically volatile, chemical processing plants, refineries, those kinds of things?
Correct. Oftentimes the insulation will absorb the flammable liquids, whether it's a processed liquid or an oil, and that process is hidden by the jacket. So until the line would start to smolder or they would actually get a fire, a lot of times that issue is hidden and it's not disclosed until it's too late.
So this is a catastrophe that could actually happen during the regular process of a plant without even being noticed.
Yes, I mean if there's a leaking valve or a fitting, something that is hidden again by the jacket and the insulation, the problem is in the process of developing and no one actually gets to see it.
Steve, I know as marketing director, you weren't always marketing director. You were a guy that spent a lot of time in the field, visiting plants on a daily basis. Basically came from the sales aspect, didn't you?
That's right, and I don't waste any opportunities to revisit the field when I get a chance. Once you've climbed on pipe, you just seem to always like to go back to it,
Steve, if you got any first-hand stories of some of the tragedies maybe that were averted, at the last minute as the result of good thinking by maybe the technical services team or the plant safety manager?
One comes to mind specifically. I was called up one time in the afternoon by a plant engineer, and he said, "I think I've got a problem. We've got some smoldering lines. We don't know what's causing it." And our contractor on site, said maybe we should call you guys and see if you could get an engineer out. Well, I was on my way through there anyway the next day, so I said, well, I'll just stop by. I don't need to ask technical services to fly in from Pittsburgh. When I got there, the lines were indeed smoldering. They were fibrous insulation. They were soaked with hot oil between 500 and 600 degrees, as I recall, and Fahrenheit. And then I said, if there's any flame near here, you guys are in big trouble. So I think they replaced most of that insulation with Pittsburgh Corning foam glass insulation.
Why is foam glass the insulation of choice, especially in these particular areas where there could be catastrophic industrial fires? What makes the difference between foam glass and other insulations?
Well, the main difference is it doesn't absorb any liquid to speak of. No liquid moisture, no chemicals, no oils. Basically, if you can put it in a bottle, because foam glass is 100% glass, it'll be contained, as in kept away from the cells of the insulation.
Steve, talk about some of the pre-engineering services that Pittsburgh Corning's foam glass offers to plant owners to avert these catastrophes right at the engineering level before they even are a possibility to start.
Well, I'll give you kind of some anecdotal evidence. When I started my career, there were complete departments of engineers that would work on specific parts of the processes in terms of how they would design the pipes, the vessels, the insulation, anything associated with that. In today's world, there may be one person. That one person may be a project engineer who's not schooled in any of the material science involved. They're basically process or plant income oriented. So oftentimes they rely on the manufacturers to kind of guide them through the process of how to construct their facility or retrofit their facility. Our value add is that we have a group of systems engineers that do just that. We'll review their old specifications and update them. We'll send somebody to the plant and actually do an energy survey for them. We can also do internal energy analysis reports to basically show them how to save energy, how much insulation to put on, and of course the proper insulation to use and what accessories should be used with the insulation. So all those things are value add that 30 years ago may not have been as important, but today are very, very important.
So industrial plant safety, a big part of sustainability, more than just sustainability, but safety itself.
Right.
With the proper insulation. Steve, I want to thank you so very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me again.
Till next time, Allyn Mark for Industry Visions. Goodbye, everybody.